Right, we're on, the sun's out. Today we're talking about swinging on plane. We're going to talk about what it feels like to swing on plane, how to grab the sensation of swinging on plane. I'm going to give you a drill to ensure you can swing on plane. So swinging on plane, we can have a plane that aims left of target, we can have a plane that aims right of target, which obviously dictates the path of the golf club. An out to in path cuts across, in to out cuts across. But the swing plane that we swing on is a board in which the club shaft lies on. And I want to swing up that plane, down that plane, and back up that plane again to keep things uniform. It's easier said than done, but today I'm going to show you how to apply the right hand onto the golf club to ensure you get the sensation of swinging on plane. So I have my 8-iron in hand. You can do this with driver as well. Obviously to do a drill it's easier to start with a shorter iron, so therefore you can capture the feeling a little bit quicker, a little bit better. So I take my address position, I'm in line with the 50-yard sign just in front of me, that's the red sign, and I'm set to go. Now, I could take this club, as I've mentioned before, on a plane that goes left, a plane that goes right, or a good plane that's got a chance of hitting target. But how do I know where that is on the way down and the way up? It's hard. You get a thing called downswing blackout. You might start off on a great plane and then on the way down you black out and just attempt to lash at the golf ball. That's not good. So that's where we need to structure things up just a little bit more. So club in line with target, take my address position, I'll put my left hand on. Now let's take my right hand off. If I stand straight, bend down, and my right elbow is close to my right side, I then want my right forearm to ride its way down the plane onto the grip of the golf club. So address position, right elbow close to right side, right arm addresses itself or positions itself or forces itself down the plane onto the golf club. So it's action down there from the right pocket, from your right pocket coming down the plane, onto the golf club. Now that sounds a little bit funky to begin with. We get a lot of high right shoulders at address, a lot of straight right arms at address. There's a good address position. Arm comes from the right pocket down onto the aft of the club, to the back of the golf club there. Now that's good. That's a good plane. And I can visualise and feel that because I've structured myself or set myself into that position. Without a golf club, down the plane, down there, and then from there, right hand only, I can feel how that can stay on plane. I can feel the connection or the relationship between right elbow and right hip. I've not flailed out, I've not flailed in. I've got the relationship, I'm down the plane, visualising the shaft plane, visualising that shaft plane, the hand running down there, the forearm going down there, because at impact, we want straight line from right elbow to sweet spot, right down the right forearm, back of the shaft to the sweet spots where I want to be at impact. So I'm pre-setting that before I've even taken the club back, before I've even started the drill. And the drill, the practice swing if you like with no golf club, is to instill the motion, to create the sensation and try and repeat that as we hit the golf ball. Reps, 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 reps. Boring. But it's only boring if you get no result. So right hand, left hand on, good. Right hand comes down the plane, down the shaft line, down there, onto the aft of the golf club, there. Brilliant. So now I'm structured and I can feel where the arm goes on the way back, on the way down, on the way back, on the way down, just little half swings. Now that's never going off plane. There's no way that right arm's straightening at impact, there's no way the right shoulder's getting high. It's down there, I've set it, preset it, there, there. Now you'll notice here doing the drill, it's the body that's turning, it's not the arm, it's the body that's turning the arm. So it's pivot driven. So my chest, my legs are working to get that arm to swing on plane. If we swing with just hands and arms, we'll never be on plane. Set up, take right arm off. So start with your normal position, take your right arm off and then insert it correctly. Good. Then from there I can feel how I'm on plane. I'm there. I can feel how I'm on plane. These are just little half 8 irons that may be carried about 80 yards or so. Again, down the plane, down there, good. Feel it on the plane, on the plane, on the plane, step on the plane. Good again, little draw on that one. Loads of reps doing this. Down the plane, good. There to there, there to there, there to there. I can feel that right arm, exactly how it was preset at address. Another little draw right down the plane. I'm going to do one more. Now we can do this with driver as well, obviously. Do this with any golf club. The plane of the golf club is going to be, or driver is going to be a flatter plane than it is from an 8-iron. Now my wedge is my most upright club, my driver is my flattest. So there's a difference there between driver and 8-iron. So with driver, of course, dress position, the arm's more outwards as it is downwards, so they are different plane, but same idea, same thing going on. Let's continue with 8-iron. It's all about reps, this, it really is. Then you can increase the length of swing as you go, obviously. From the right pocket, from your right hip, my belt's just here, down there, down the plane, onto the aft of the club, not on top of the club, not underneath the club, on the aft, so good grip's required, that's good there. Feel it running up the plane, so the right forearm runs up the plane. So when I get to here, there, my right arm's going to run up the plane, so it would be on plane. It's not this way, it's not overextended if you like, or too much external rotation. It's in a good position there. That's good. That's good. That's good. Step on. That was really good there. I was a bit more aware of where target was in that one. Like that. That felt great. I'm going to add a little bit more speed now. So therefore more rotation. So we're going to go a little bit further up the plane. So more chance of coming off it. There's a lot to be said for that. You ever notice when you hit shorter swings or take shorter swings and hit more controlled shots, if you like, that you hit the strike slightly better? It's because you're able to stay on plane. The longer the swing, the more moving parts there are, the more disconnection there is, and more off the plane there is, if you like. So when you shorten the swing, there's much more chance of staying on plane. Once it's educated, of course, you can then move on and increase the length of swing. So I'm down the plane, so nice and structured. There we go on the aft there, brilliant. There. I'm going a little bit further back this time. I'm still trying to feel the sensation of playing. I've got that there. Good. I mean, it's absolutely pure, it's perfectly straight ball flight. I might incorporate this into my game, you know. Again, set up, right hand down, structuredly down, structured. It's quite hard that to get right down the plane. I can visualise and feel. There we go. Good. There. There. There, I've got that. It's good. I mean, there's 2 in a row, absolutely pure, absolute perfect line. Can we get 3 in a row? Of course we can. So now I've applied pressure to myself, but it's all about creating the motion as opposed to trying to hit the 3rd one in a row. So again, just create the motion. Forget about the environment, forget about what I'm trying to achieve. I know the motion I'm trying to create. So I'm there, good coming from the pocket, structured down. A couple of little pumps down there just to feel. Good, I feel the right elbow's now connected to right hip, not touching, but connection's been made. There, 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 step on. 3 in a row. Yeah, beauty. There's an amazing sensation of connection there. You can really feel the club being swung on plane, or the right forearm being on plane. That's more important. It's the feeling of the right forearm being on plane. So there's no disconnection, there's no flying right elbow, there's no out to in path, it's absolutely pure. And then we creep up to full shot. Down there, good. There. There. Brilliant. I mean, it's just brilliant, isn't it? So same can be done with driver. So with driver, slightly different because the club shaft, the angle of the shaft is lower. So the static loft, or static lie angle of the shaft is a lot lower as opposed to 8-iron, which was further up. So I feel as though I'm stretching more out towards the golf ball and less downwards. Not stretching, but the forearm is just on a different plane. So I'm there, I'm going out towards golf ball now, but again down the plane of the shaft. Good. Down there, excellent. Then from there, feel, 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 and again, feel. Brilliant, great start line. Same again. Rest position. Obviously driver needs more speed to get spin, to get launch, but certainly trying to feel it on plane just now. Down there. Brilliant. When I do that, I almost feel as I turn my hips into an impact position. No harm in that. There. 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 That was good. Very good. Then of course we add a little bit more speed. As I say with driver, the more speed, the more spin, the more loft. Has to be controlled though. Rest position. Good. Coming down the plane, or it's more outwards this time. Down onto after the club. There. Good. There. 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 We're increasing the length just a little bit. So there. Good. So we're getting this away now. Then of course we can add a more full swing, but still trying to feel that plane. Now if you come a little bit over plane with driver, that's the thing you need to work on. Quite hard to do with driver obviously because it's longer. There, 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 step on. There, it was very good. Try my hardest to stay on plane. Driver is always going to be slightly harder. It's the least lofted club in the golf bag, it's the longest club in the golf bag, and it's the most tempting one to swing harder and faster at. What I'm trying to do with this is feel the forearm on plane. Trying to really feel the forearm on that plane on the way down, which is the tricky part. That takes lots of reps. I'm aware I get slightly steep on the way down, but I can control that. But on this drill here, I'm trying to keep it as flat as I can, or as on plane as possible. Less steep. Steep as in that. That's steep. So I want to feel more that. Don't know if that even made sense, so you can see the difference, but I can feel that. Down the plane, down the plane, down the plane. Good. And turn. There. 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 Step on. There. Okay, it's absolutely nuked. That was brilliant. So nice there, got my way down, I managed to keep the right forearm on this plane that we discussed. And I was able to hit a nice good straight driver there. I'm happy with that. I have a wind off the left today though. I would however suggest leaving driver till the last thing. Grab a club with a little bit of loft, it's obviously more forgiving to age the process, and then work your way up the bag. So you could start off with, I started with 8 iron today, but you could start wedge, then 8, then 6, then come back down to 9, 7, 5. Play around in that form if you like, eventually getting up to your hybrids and your woods. Back on 8 iron, so eventually you'll age this process, you won't have to run down the plane. Let's say if I'm on the golf course here, and I set myself up there, I feel as though my right arm's already on plane there. Set myself up, I take a waggle on plane, and then I play a shot on plane, and I'm pretty good to go. So you'll eventually age that process. Initially, obviously on the range, work it, practice it, do all sorts of things you can. Once you get on the course, if it becomes to an extent that you get yourself to here, you then pop your arm down, good, feel, step on, play, perfectly acceptable on the golf course. Don't hold anyone up though. So that's what it feels like for the right forearm to swing on plane, for the golf club to be on plane, or the shaft to be on plane. And I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.